Our world is emerging into a universe of intelligent life. Our world is in the process, the difficult process, of unifying itself to some degree, stabilizing its societies, restoring its environment so that it can step out into a larger universe of worlds in which we have always lived. This emergence is being precipitated by the reality of contact with intelligent forces from beyond our world. And both of these realities, the reality of life in the universe and of contact, are revealed extensively in the New Message. The presence of non-human intelligences in our world is changing the mental environment of the world. It's influencing societies, political bodies, economic bodies, in ways that are very powerful. And it's influencing us, individuals, at the level of thought very powerfully. And so the presence of visitors from beyond and the rapid emergence of our world out of its tribal past, out into a larger universe of life, the acceleration of that at all levels, social, technological, cultural. Even you can see the evidence in our films, in our media. It's everywhere. And that sense of acceleration, over-acceleration, is something that we're all feeling. It's not just humans inventing and being creative. Something is propelling us out of our millennia-old isolation in the universe into contact and relationship and engagement with the other 99.9999% of life in the universe. This is the biggest step a world can take. And part of the disorder and upheaval and confusion and dissonance that you feel in the world is as a result of this. Because humanity has only ever dealt with humanity, and now humanity is beginning to deal with other forms of life, intelligent life. So this is one of the major new realities, and the education goes very deep on this in the New Message. Second is the reality of global change. Humanity has radically altered the environment of this world, irreparably in some ways. And that right there is pushing us on a nonstop course to a very, very difficult position, both in our world and in the universe in which we live. And so the reality of environmental destruction, political division, economic decline and contraction, limited growth, and then even things like the loss, catastrophic loss of biodiversity, the extinction of species, the poisoning of our oceans, the bleaching of coral. All of this, all of these are forces moving in the world, but they're moving in one direction. They are pushing humanity to relinquish its age-old conflicts and disputes with itself, to unite sufficiently out of necessity for the survival of this race. That is the race at this moment, the race being run. And I know that's really overwhelming, potentially, and maybe not the world we want. And then you have the reality of contact on top of that, and that's overwhelming. But if you step back and acknowledge that these problems hold something for us, they call us out. And we who have been struggling with our isolation, our sense of smallness, depression, all of these maladies that affect us when we're not engaged with life appropriately, these new and challenging problems facing our world could be the thing that has our name on it. We could be connected to this. And should we undertake the journey of discovering our unique contribution to make, that could bring a lot of healing and a lot of health and well-being to us mentally and emotionally. And in fact, that is what the New Message from God says, is that we came into the world to serve the world at this great threshold in its emergence and evolution. And it's a challenging time, as it would be. We knew that before coming. That was clear. And it's time now. It's time now for us to come online as participants and contributors. And so the New Message presents this very clear, high-level perspective, giving us a high-level vantage point to look down on the world and on ourselves within the world, and it all finally comes together. The pieces start to fit, and it makes sense now. And I know in my experience, and from what I've heard from others, that perspective begins to release a lot of the angst and discomfort and pain that we felt living in this world without that awareness. Because if we are big picture people and the picture is muddied, it's broken up, it's not clear, we're not going to be well. No matter how much therapy we do on ourselves, we will not be well. And so this great challenge and this new reality of stepping out as one world into a larger universe brings tremendous benefits to us in our own lives and in our health and well-being and relationships and our work and everything.